You some of the things you hear people say about a video game that is so renownedly revered is absolute. It can be insane and angering. And for whatever reason, there is a gentleman here who absolutely feels like Elden Ring is not what it is all cracked up to be. And by the end of the video, you guys will see that he has the credentials, the top-notch credentials to be making such judgment on the game. If you guys make it to the end of the video, I just want you guys to like, subscribe, ring notification bell, and comment down below that you made it to the end. And I want you to tell me what rating would not only you give Elden Ring, but also if you feel like you agree or disagree with his rating of Elden Ring. Without further ado, guys, I hope that you guys have a beautiful goddamn day, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.
So this guy has some hot takes against Elden Ring, chat. You at 1 mil? Oh shit! Congrats, Grams. Hell to the fucking yeah. All right, here we go. I guess today, chat, all I'm doing is just getting pissed the fuck off. I guess that's all I'm fucking trying to do today. Do not buy Elden Ring. Very disappointing.
Hello and welcome back to a new video game review. So recently I've been playing Elden Ring, and as an avid fan of Dark Souls games and action adventure games in general, I just had to play this game. Unfortunately, it's been pretty disappointing so far and very lackluster. If you're new to Dark Souls games, basically...
Okay, first off, the fact that his title says do not buy Elden Ring, very disappointing. Already pisses me off, and he already annoys the fuck out of me. And on top of that, I'm already annoyed from the people I was just watching. So that's like double. So now I'm triple annoyed because this bitch's microphone is like awkwardly placed in the fucking center, or off center of the fucking screen. That just pisses me off right there. Bitch, make your bed up. I know my bed isn't made up, but it's launch day. Make your bed up. Sit in a chair. Like what? Okay.
The Dark Souls games pride themselves on the gameplay and the challenging gameplay and boss battles and how difficult they're supposed to be. And Elden Ring is no different. The gameplay can be extremely challenging, but not in a good way. The only reason it's challenging is because it's more frustrating than challenging. And that's mainly because the combat in the game is extremely unresponsive.
The combat is unresponsive. Bro, and then Nightmare is saying stupid shit. Now I'm even more pissed. Charming. Oh fuck. Yes, the combat is challenging and it is frustrating until you learn. It's like a test in school. You learn the fucking shit. If you take the pre-test, he just thought just because he kept dying. That's literally it. That's literally because he kept fucking dying. Like, if you take the pre-test at the beginning of the semester, you can take the pre-test. If you take the pre-test, they're like, okay, cool. You get either extra credit, maybe you don't fucking have to take the class, maybe something like that. But the pre-test might be challenging as fuck because you don't know shit, right? And then if you fucking fail it, okay, cool, whatever. You learn. You go learn. You learn all the fucking shit that you need to learn. And then you come back to the fucking, and it's like the final or some shit like that. And now you got the fucking tools for it. But the test can be frustrating, especially like if you don't study, if you don't fucking try. Especially because what this motherfucker probably did, I'm gonna let him explain. Yo, even Horizon is challenging until you learn with this
moving the main character around feels like moving an old man around.
Bro, like the combat movement in Elden Ring felt so goddamn good, and it was my first time playing any Souls game or any kind of combat game like that. Like then I moved over to God of War, and God of War was fucking great and amazing, but the combat movement was nowhere near as great as Elden Ring was. It's so sweet, it's so fluid, it's so nice. Yeah, he doesn't know how to fucking dodge roll. That has to be it. That has to be it. He just doesn't fucking know how to dodge roll. He doesn't know how to dodge roll or just fucking shimmy back, you know?
It's kind of like every action you try to do in the game has this strange 1 second delay, and every time you want to do an attack or move or roll or dodge or parry, it just feels like there's a very noticeable delay and disconnect between pressing the button and having the character actually perform the movement.
Okay, so the only delay that I could ever say that there is in Elden Ring's gameplay is when you are spamming the fucking buttons. And what you're probably doing is dodge roll, pressing dodge roll over and over and over, and then you press a fucking attack in that dodge roll, and you kept fucking pressing it. Yeah, there's gonna be all this delay because of the way this shit goes, and then eventually he's gonna goddamn do the attack, and he probably fucking tried to attack at the wrong time. Like, so it's not. That's the only delay, but that's not what he was explaining though. Right then, he was explaining. I pressed the button. There's a second delay before the button is pressed and the goddamn character moves. If that's the case, go buy a new fucking controller, bro, or go buy a new goddamn console or whatever the fuck, because that's a Nightmare. Oh, Reaper, you're the first person to ever actually do the fucking gear command. I just saw that. Fat roll like he's also probably fat roll like the Pillsbury Doughboy.
I found the melee combat to be very unsatisfying. For example, when you're
The
fighting
melee combat is so good. It's so much more satisfying. My very first run through, I was a fucking mage. After that, I think my second run through, I did just straight strength, 2 fucking great swords, and that shit made me feel like I had the biggest ball sack in the fucking world. The biggest ball sack. Y'all thought that meant I would get my own gear for Invader or bonus.
fighting against some kind of melee enemy, he's obviously winding up to hit you, and you press block thinking your character's going to block when you press the block button, but instead there's like this weird delay and you end up getting hit in the face. You have no idea how many times.
There is a delay on a lot of enemies wind-ups, yes. So what? Learn, you fight him over and over and over, and then, okay,
I died in the game, not because I'm bad at the game, but just because the game is not smooth or fluid, and the combat is extremely frustrating. Now, I like to be mentally challenged in my video games, just like any other hardcore gamer does, but when you're constantly losing in the game because of poor gameplay mechanics and poor game design, it just becomes, well, it's not fun anymore. I honestly don't feel like I'm having fun in the game. When I see enemies or mobs waiting around, I don't look at them with anticipation of having a fun combat exchange.
And how is that?
I just think to myself, oh my god, I'm gonna get hit in the face.
You look at them, and you're afraid to fucking fight them. Go and fight more smaller enemies or less groups, or groups with 1 or 2 enemies. Get better, build yourself up, and then go back and fucking fight them, or just go straight in and fight them. You die and you respawn. It's a video game. What do you expect? You die and then respawn. You die and respawn. Okay, the ball sacks. Yes, I feel like I have the biggest ball sack around. But having the biggest ball sack to men is like a fucking thing that shows that you top fucking dog around here. That's what that means.
Through no fault of my own. The AI in the game is also pretty bad and poor. The enemies just kind of stand around circling around you waiting for you to make a move. I found it so easy to just walk around enemies and sneak up behind them when it should have been pretty obvious.
Tiff got affiliate. Hey! Congratulations to Tiff. Hell to the yes. Tiff. Make sure y'all show her some love. I need to know when her first stream is. Hell yeah. Fucking proud of her. I knew she'd get that shit soon.
So they could have seen me. So one of the things that sets Elden Ring apart from the previous Dark Souls games is the fact that it's open world. Now, I'm not really the biggest fan of open world. I feel like it's a very lazy gameplay mechanic that game devs...
Oh, bitch, lazy? Bitch, lazy? Bitch, okay. The fact, oh my god, the fact that it's so open world, and I don't want to say that open world is not lazy, because it can very easily be a very lazy thing, especially if there's not design, if it's not fucking, if the graphics aren't dynamic throughout the open world, if the enemies are not dynamic, if the battles and all that kind of shit. But that's why because he stays at home. He's afraid of going out fucking side to the open world. Like I can understand to a point where it can be lazy, but the fact that Elden Ring took this huge, expansive fucking world, and you have such different areas that like you look like you're almost in a different fucking game.
Implement when they don't really have any other better ideas. And unfortunately, the open world in Elden Ring is just not very impressive. It looks quite pretty on a surface level, but then you realize that it's basically just a very empty and barren excuse of an open world.
This guy is just talking, he's just projecting himself. I look really cute on the surface level, but inside I'm just very fucking lonely and I hate myself. That's just
Compared
okay.
to other
All
open
right.
world games such as The Witcher 3, which it is obviously trying to rip off, you can obviously see that it's taken a lot of inspiration from games
I didn't
such
play
as
Witcher, so-
Witcher 3, Zelda Breath of the Wild, and I just feel like The Witcher 3 has done a better job at being a gritty, dark RPG kind of fantasy adventure game than Elden Ring can ever hope to be. The problem with Elden Ring is the fact that the story is very lackluster, and this is very disappointing when you consider the fact that they got George R.R. Martin, the author behind Game of Thrones, to come up with the story of Elden Ring. You'd think that he would be able to make something that's really interesting. Unfortunately, it just feels like a rip-off clone of Lord of the Rings. For example,
Okay. Oh, let me hear this now.
in The Witcher 3, I felt really interested in the story and the characters, and that made the open
I think
world
he might
and
be
the
just on a
setting
bandwagon.
and the scenes and the different towns and villages more interesting to be able to
Oh, I missed the
explore
X.
and find out about. I can't really say the same about Elden Ring. The main character doesn't even talk. He has no personality. And
Who the fuck is the main character? Who is he saying is the main character? Hold on, let me fix her. Let me fix her name. Let me fix her shout out. There we go. Okay. Chat. I feel like okay. So, open world, he's saying that fucking hold on, cuz I had to say
and the different towns and villages more interesting to be able to explore, and you'll be able to make something that's really interesting. Unfortunately, it just feels like a rip-off clone of Lord of the Rings. For example, in The Witcher 3...
he was talking about the story. I love you, but I haven't listened to a word this person has said. Makes sense. So, motherfucker, I know you haven't played Elden Ring. Motherfucker, okay, the thing about an open world RPG or whatever the fuck is, yes, you can have a fucking story, which I enjoy the story. I do enjoy the story. But when you can have so many different fucking things, so many different ways to go down, motherfucker, yeah, the story's not gonna be like, it's not like you're not being guided through the story, even though you kind of are. There's certain but you're not being walked down the story. Not every fucking thing you do is story based. A lot of it is exploration based for a reason, and that is why it's open world, and that's why it all combines together. Explore, do things, go and do other storylines. There's so many storylines. If you just only look for the one main storyline, you're gonna have a bad time. Okay, so the biggest issue with this vid so far is that it's so heavily opinionated towards nitpicks, facts. Not every game is perfect for you, but you have to separate your opinions from objective facts about the game. Very true. People like open world games, and Elden Ring is one of the most technologically, I don't know if I fucking said that word right, chat, technologically advanced games with its inner mechanics so much. You have to preface your vid with the facts because, as implied by the title of the vid, you are giving a buying recommendation. Very true. Okay, hold on. Lord of the Rings is the basis of all RPGs and adventures games. We wouldn't have Dungeons and Dragons, Elden Ring, Witcher, Dragon Age, all of that without Lord of the Rings. So that premise alone is fake as hell. Yo, BJ and Reaper, very fucking true facts. Like, I mean, Elden Ring took open world stories and concepts, fucking graphics, technology, and took it to a fucking another level. And on top of that, they did it with fucking passion. We're not even gonna talk about other video games and their goddamn microtransactions, their lack of fucking passion, their lack of originality. We're not gonna do any of that shit. The Elden Ring or FromSoft was like, we're gonna make a game for who? For our FromSoft fans, and that's it. And that's what they fucking did. And on top of that, they made it to the best of their goddamn ability plus some. And I mean, fucking amazing. The book series was the first thing that came out to start with.
I felt really interested in the story and the characters, and that made the open world and the setting and the scenes and the different towns and villages more interesting to be able to explore and find out about. I can't really say the same about Elden Ring. The main character doesn't even talk. He has no personality. And I honestly didn't feel like I cared or...
You are the main character. So if you're not talking to the... I talk to the fucking goddamn NPCs and everything. You're the main character. It's how you want to experience it. That's why Elden Ring is so it's so much revolutionized because you are not restricted in how you play it. It's not like they're walking you and saying, "Here's your script. Here's what you think. Here's how you're going to play." Even though it's the open world, that's the entire point. There's so many different endings. You know what I'm saying? So why would they make if they have all these different endings? Why would they make it to where you have a script and you need to go down this one path? You know what I mean? Like that's the entire point of it being so revolutionary. Is because of that fact that you are not restricted in how you play. That's exactly why it is so beloved. Because there are as many ways to play it as there are people in the world, times literally that as many people in this fucking world. The base of it is inserting yourselves in the game. You play as a blank slate because you have to fill it with your personality. So yes, thank you, BJ. If you're saying it's just a blank ass personality ass bitch, then that's because that's what you do. That's what you're fucking. That's who you are. You are the fucking player. You are. Fuck.
Or wanted to find out about the world in Elden Ring or the characters or what's going on. I just feel like they did a very bad job at hooking the player in to be interested in the story. It shouldn't be my job as the player to want to become interested. It should be the job of the script writer.
Then why did you buy it? Then why did you buy it if you don't want to become interested in a fucking game? Why did you play it? Our people who says people who can't hear their voice inside their heads are NPCs. Anything this child says is fake.
Writers to make me interested
Like
straight from the
glasses.
beginning. Now, scattered throughout the world of Elden Ring, there are many bosses.
Yeah.
There's mini bosses and there's bigger bosses, and just like how frustrating it is fighting the regular mobs, fighting
Welcome.
these bosses is even more frustrating and annoying, mainly because of the size. Because of just how much bigger some of these bosses.
The only time I'm angry about the size of the bosses when it comes to fighting them, chat. The only time is when I am fighting the Elden Beast and a Fire Giant. That is the only time. And that is because of bad camera design. That is literally it. Can we ban this guy? Chat, ban this bitch. What's up, lady? I hope your stream has been going fucking amazingly. I had to hop off a little bit. Was losing views. Okay, going back live. Okay, good. That's good. But that's the whole point of Soul Games, to fight over the top shit. Yeah. Like I said, the only time I ever complain about it, the size of an enemy, which I love the size of the Fire Giant, I love the size of the Elden Beast, is only because, hey, Grams, can we shout out Mrs. Lady Stoner? The only time is when I'm fighting them because of the area and the fucking camera. That is it. That is it. Besides that, fighting the dragons, fuck it. I mean, I don't want to say easy, but their size is fucking. It makes me want to.
Are than you, the camera just kind of goes crazy and starts spinning and flipping everywhere, and you're frantically trying to dodge and roll out of the way of the
Then
boss's
don't frantically
attacks.
do it. Do
And
it
so many times I
strategically
got
and learn how to
stuck in the
fucking-
scenery, or I got stuck in some corner of a wall, and the characters just didn't really do a very good job at tracking me. Fighting these bosses is already frustrating enough because you need to memorize the attack patterns, otherwise you just...
Okay. There's a difference between memorizing something and learning something, chat. Right? I can tell you all fucking day long. I can tell you all fucking day long, he is a fucking peasant, that a stoplight is red, yellow, and blue. I can tell you that shit all fucking day long, especially when you're a kid. I can tell you that shit. And that's making you memorize it. And I'll fucking eat them for you guys, chat. Just fucking yeet. And I can tell you guys that all day fucking long, and that's memorizing something. However, I could be the teacher and also say, let me explain to you why a stoplight is red, yellow, and green, and teach you red has become the color of, caution, or like caution, stop, whatever. Yellow is stupid. Green is I can teach you these things. There's a huge difference between memorizing and learning. Here's the thing. With Elden Ring, they make sure, and it's very fucking frustrating, but they make sure that you're not memorizing these enemies' moves. They make sure you're not memorizing these enemies' attacks or their attack patterns. You want to know how I know that they make sure that? Because I can fight the same bitch 100,000 times in one run, go to another fucking run, fight this bitch. Yellow is fucking stupid. Fight this bitch in another run, and he would do different shit. It might be the same, like different combinations of the fucking moves. So what they're teaching you is you don't fucking memorize you can't memorize this goddamn attack patterns. That's not gonna fucking happen. But if you learn them, okay, when he does this, if I roll forward, will that help me out? No, it didn't help me out. Okay, you just learned something. That rolling into this fucking attack doesn't help you out. Okay, I'm learning that this boss, for instance, like Godric and Godfrey, a lot of their attacks you don't roll, you jump. A lot of their attacks you jump. Like that's how did I memorize that? No, I learned it by trial and error. You know, so you're not memorizing this shit. Like fighting these enemies are not shit about memorizing. They went back and changed the algorithms of movements and combos based on distance towards the player because of that. Because of
it's not going to stand a chance. You can only take a couple of hits before you get taken out by one of these bosses, and then you have to start the boss battle all the way from the beginning, which can be very annoying. And the only way to learn each boss's attack patterns is by repeatedly dying over and over again until you finally memorize how the boss is going to act and behave.
How they do, and that's the crazy thing about this game is that it is a video game, and in video games, you die and you come back. And you fucking play it. What game do you just go straight through without no fucking challenge? I mean, there are some. I know that there are some. But fuck, go play goddamn Mario Kart. How many times do you get fucking bopped with a goddamn banana or lose your fucking spot? Bitch.
And move. And I don't know about you, but
Chat, he fought, all he did was fight the fucking Grafted Scion. That was it. That's how all fucking Souls games are.
Finally memorize how the boss is going to act and behave and move. And I don't know about you, but I find this gameplay mechanic to be extremely frustrating.
Yes,
I don't really enjoy dying hundreds of times.
This should not be do not buy Elden Ring. Very disappointing. Elden Ring is extremely frustrating. That's a fucking fuck Mario Kart. But we all fucking play it. That's what this should be. Bro, you are just, all you're saying is the game is frustrating. The game is frustrating. The game is frustrating. I find having to die over and over frustrating. Yes, as does everybody. And you want to know something? The moment that you finally get the chance to power up, level up, and be stronger and beat the fuck out of this bitch, guess what? It's rewarding. If you're not good enough yet to fight him, don't fight him. That's why it's an open world. So you go fight somebody else, a different boss. Beat this
times against one boss. I just want to attack it and maybe have a bit of a challenge, but I don't really want to have to be stuck on the same boss until I've memorized every single.
You're not stuck. It's an open world. The only time you are stuck on a fucking boss is when you put in your head, I only want to fight this boss right now. That's the only fucking time. Besides that shit, if you beat every other boss in the entire fucking game, if you beat maybe he has OCD. If he's beaten every boss in the entire game, he only has this one boss left. Okay, get it. I get it. I understand in order to progress the story past the fire giant, you have to beat the fire giant. But if that's where I can understand maybe getting stuck. But did you beat every fucking boss before that? Because I'm pretty sure if you're stuck at the fire giant, because obviously like, you need to, after the fire giant, you need to get through the fucking Forge of Giants and burn the tree down and fucking go. Spoilers, by the way. And go towards, the fucking Crumbling Farmer Zula, right? So if you're stuck at the fire giant, that means you beat Millennia. Because you can get to Millennia before getting to the fire giant. You just go beat Commander Niall, go get the other fucking piece from the one bitch, and go on over to the fucking Halleck tree. Did you beat Millennia? Probably fucking not. See, this is why those don't work for me. I'd be like, who do I pay to make this guy go away? I just got here and I don't know what you're talking about, but you're speaking facts. Thank you, Pepsi Man 69. Love your fucking name. And chat, Pepsi 69, Pepsi Man 69. This motherfucker, 69 was fucking ready. He got two 69s, chat. That other dude who had 68, he didn't understand the assignment. Pepsi Man, I fucking love your goddamn name, Pepsi Man. Fucking love your goddamn name. But this guy, Thank you for the fucking gifted sub to Pepsi Man. Shit, at that point I would have goddamn given him a sub. I fucking love the name. Welcome to the fucking royal family, Pepsi Man. Hold on. Oh no. I gotta play my sub music for y'all. If it'll fucking work. Hello? And welcome and thank you for the follow. There we go. Yeah. Thanks for the follow, homie. And thanks for the gifted sub, Jay Lauren. Okay. 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 We'll do chat. I have not made my dance yet. Anybody else see what? What angle? What? What are we talking about? Y'all didn't see shit. Little Charmer all up in it. Y'all didn't see shit, chat.
Thing it's going to do. I do not find this kind of gameplay to be enjoyable at all.
You don't,
now, this
and
would really
fine.
be a problem if they had different difficulty modes. There's no easy mode, there's no medium mode, there's no hard mode.
There's not.
You just get one mode, and that is like the default mode. There's no option to make things easier.
Right,
and
exactly.
as someone who gets really frustrated easily and gives up easily when things are too difficult, I just found myself not really wanting to play the game anymore because I was going to break something. I just found the gameplay and the combat.
Now let's talk about chat. Let's talk about why the fuck FromSoft puts one mode and the only mode in this fucking game. Let's talk about it. Because everybody gets the same fucking experience. Everybody. Every single person. It does not matter how long it took you to complete the game. It does not matter how experienced you was with FromSoft games. It doesn't matter any of that shit. Everybody has the same fucking rite of passage. When they beat the goddamn Elder Beast, it doesn't matter if they did everything solo, whether they did everything with summons, it does not matter. Everybody knows how challenging it is, and if you completed and defeated it, you have that rite of fucking passage. And nobody can say, oh, you did it on easy mode. You are given the resources in the fucking world. Whatever resources you decide to use is the resources that you use. And if you decide to fucking walk up in that bitch with a goddamn club, no goddamn armor, no summons, and none of that shit, then yeah, you did it just like that. But that's why. Like, why do we need to make easy mode or a hard mode? And then there was some bitches coming up with, oh, there's not accessibility options. Bitch, there are literally people with fucking no hands playing this goddamn game and beating it. I mean, because it's about how the player will adapt and encounter everything they come across. Exactly. He never did. Oh, but it's smaller than him, and he's charming, so it's a little charming. Oh my god.
That's to be very disappointing and a massive letdown.
Okay, that's their game design. It's how they tell their stories, and it's what makes the game so fun. Sure, it's not for everyone, but you bought the game, and I doubt you did not know what you're getting yourself into, especially having a knowledge of the rest of the FromSoft games. BJ, you're right. I'm sorry. If someone says I did on easy mode, I say and facts.
Compared to games like Zelda, Breath of the Wild, and The Witcher 3, which I feel like they do a much better job at the whole third-person action, multiple enemy combat style. Now, when it comes to traversing the open world, you have two main options of transport. You have a mount, and you have a teleportation system, which is very stereotypical of open world games, not very unique or original. And as an advocate of originality, I just don't.
What else are we gonna use? I mean, the only other fucking way I would want to move around the map is to actually get on one of those fucking carriages, get inside one of the back of those carriages that like get carried by the trolls and shit. That shit would be fucking sick. I would love that shit. That shit needs to be fucking DLC to be able to ride in the back of that shit, chat. Are you kidding me? Take down some of the hardest goddamn trolls, and then always have that shit that you call up. That should be fucking sick. But this bitch wants us to be flying around in some fucking Warner Brothers goddamn aircraft. Like, legitimately in some fucking Warner Brothers aircraft. Like, okay, come on now. What the fuck else do you expect? It's the classic FromSoft games. You have your several legs. You have your fucking Cadillac horse and teleportation. The fuck?
Really see much originality in Elden Ring.
Okay, so I need your help tomorrow. I want my stream to look as good as yours. My poor followers just staring at my screen. All right, lady, I will help you out. I will help you out.
I found myself just running through most of the open world in order to get from point A to point B, mainly because I just had no incentive or interest in exploring this very barren and dull open world. And when I got the teleportation stuff unlocked, I just teleported and zipped all over the place. So it kind of felt like it was pointless, so there was this open world there. As for the...
Okay, how is it pointless if you can utilize certain resources? If you don't want to use those fucking resources, don't use the resources. If you don't want to, if you would rather walk across... How does he say that? I feel like I have to walk around this dull, boring ass fucking place. Well, if you're not stopping to look at the fucking, to legitimately look at how beautiful this goddamn flower is, or to look at the fucking sky, or to realize that you're underground, but there's 20 fucking thousand moons in the goddamn sky, even though you're underground, like, if you're not doing that, that's because you are not, like, you're playing this game blind. So that's why I'm just like, he has to have only played up to the God to Scion. He didn't even go to start the tutorial. Like, okay, let me see what B just said. But Zelda and Witcher are different in a different genre. They are adventure games. Very true. Not based on super deep combat. Very, very true. Those games focus on a rich world, but that's not the point from FromSoft games. The point of FromSoft games are fucking to get in, beat a bitch's ass, get the fuck out. Yeah. Did you figure out the camera thing? Yeah, ban. Okay.
The graphics of the game, I wasn't really impressed, and they weren't really up to my standards. The graphics
up to his standard. Oh shit! Oh, my bad, chat. I did not know that we were looking at the top fucking developer ever. I did not.
The fidelity of the game reminds me of games from 2015 or 16 at the latest. The graphics are just not very impressive. The textures are kind of poor and low quality. There's just something about the game's graphics that don't have a very polished feel or look.
What is it?
It just doesn't really have the shine of certain modern AAA games of 2022 or even 2021. The character models and animations are also fairly lackluster, and I didn't really think that it was a very good looking game in general.
There's literally weapons out, chat. There's literally weapons out there that we're finding out that as you get closer to this, the Estelle, the wings of Estelle, it's a weapon that like it's fucking sick. But anyway, this weapon, like the combat with this weapon, when you fucking do the special attack, the sound and the heavy attack changes the closer you get to Estelle. You could be somewhere out in the middle of the fucking open world and it has a certain attack or sound, right? And when you get closer to him or to his boss door with that weapon, the attack sound changes and the fucking heavy attack is a little bit faster and it's a little bit changed. But the shit's not what
2022 or even 2021. The character models and animations are also fairly lackluster.
The animations are lackluster, and that's lackluster. That's lackluster. Yo, Big Titch Energy, guys, watch out. Where did you go to graphic schools? Right, I want to know what is up to, what is his, I need to know what his standards are. Like, it's like he somehow bought the PlayStation 1 copy of Elden Ring for his Xbox, the very first Xbox, and put that PlayStation 1 copy in the Xbox and tried to play. Send the resume, says, okay, now this is BS. Elden Ring has one of the most advanced lighting, particles, effects, and FXAA and PC history. I don't know. This man is doing. He's dumb.
And I didn't really think that it was a very good-looking game in general. And I honestly don't know why there's so much hype around this game. It doesn't really look that much different to.
Besides the fact that literally every Elden Ring got 10 out of 10s on everything, except for one thing, and I think that was like a 9 out of 10. I can't remember. But besides people who have standards, I guess. But he wasn't called up to rate Elden Ring because he's so fucking prestige. His shit's so goddamn high. Why, Reaper? I think you missed the fact that when the video started off and I was already pissed off because his fucking bed isn't made. This dumbass mic is off center and still in the fucking shit. He has a goddamn chair that he could be sitting in, like with his. Oh my god. Okay. We're almost done.
Previous Dark Souls games, apart from the fact that it has an open world now, and in this day and age, I don't really think anyone is surprised or impressed by an open world. It's just so bog standard to have open worlds in almost every single type of game now. Even racing games have open worlds these days. So unfortunately, I won't be able to give this game a very good score. I just didn't really feel like I had fun playing the game. I didn't really feel like I wanted to quickly get back into the game because it was just so frustrating and annoying. So I'll have to give the game a 4.2 out of 10. Not great.
The point two, chat. The point two. Oh shit. He did the math. He had numbers. He did the average. The point two. Oh shit.
Impressive. I just can't help but feel a bit disappointed, especially after all
I
this
want to know his
hype
review
that's been
after
going
playing
around for all this
5
time.
PvP matches. Thanks for watching, and did you hate? I need to know, chat. We have to read the comments, chat. Oh, you are really the perfect reviewer. I just blindly buy every single game you say is terrible, and I'm having a blast with every one of them. Oh shit! You are the perfect reviewer. I blindly buy every single game you say is terrible, and I fucking love them. Oh my god. Sorry, but this guy kind of has no idea what he's talking about. He blindly mentions difficulty in which none of those games have. I have this game, and it's a must buy. It provides endless gameplay and entertainment. Reread the comment. He said everything this reviewer hates, he buys. Yes. That makes me wonder if he's just memeing. Fucking, like, for real, chat. Chat, 3.487. 4.7. Oh, man. You literally can't be more wrong. The open world being bland and empty. The world is absolutely packed with secrets, dungeons, treasure. Right, like, bitch, you gotta hit one wall 5,002 times. All right, Grams. 5,002 times in order to bitch, are you kidding? Dungeons, treasures, secret, optional bosses, NPCs. Right, there's so I can't walk around without finding something to do. I'm 20 hours in and just beat Margit because I spent so much time exploring, and I would never have made it this far without absurd content density. Elden Ring 1, U0. Yo, chat. I have over 400 hours in the game. Chat, I have over 400 hours in Elden Ring. What are you talking about, bro? That is bland and empty? Are you fucking kidding me? You need to memorize attack patterns. This is literally one of the prevalent things in Soulsborne games. It's called sword and dance of the game. It's something they pride themselves in. He did not just call open world games lazy. Open worlds are way more intense to design compared to linear level by games. Like this shit. Oh. There's actually here we go. There's actually a way to fix all these problems. It's called getting good. And doing research. If you run through the game just killing only what you need to and not learning about the story, then it's your own fault. Also, you have never played a Souls game. No crap. You have to learn attack patterns. That's the point of it, to go again and again learning attack patterns. Getting better at a boss is the fun of it. This is a rage quit video if I've ever seen one. Elden Ring is an incredible game. Incredible difficulty. Yo, this shit is fucking... Oh, shit. There is no difficulty mode in this game. The game, extremely hard. Fighting the boss, no spells, alone. Hard mode, fighting the boss alone. Medium mode, summon a spirit. Easy mode, summon as much players as needed in order to win. Fucking facts. You better ask FromSoft for your 400 plus hours back. As someone who gives up and gets frustrated easily, there's no way hell this dude ever plays a Souls game. Fucking facts. That chat... Oh, shit. As someone with over 190 hours in the game, I can say that beyond a shadow of a doubt, I got my money's worth. Me and my best mate. Okay. This game brought me back. The Witcher 3 isn't even in the ballpark. And although this is my first Soulsborne game, I've been playing since Demon Souls, I still get owned. You like a mental challenge and get out there and throw your head against the wall until you figure out how to win. The other option, sit down, keep your mouth shut, and go back to playing a game that actually came out and looks like it's from 2015. Hope you get good. We're going to end our review on that, chat.